welcome to today's theme park adventures, where today we are at Chessington, where today VIP experience time, everyone, behind the scenes tour and on the one and only Vampire. And this was a ride which is really special to me when I first went on it when I was 5 years old, late 5 years old, and absolutely loved it. And that's kind of the reason I'm here now doing a vlog about it. And probably if I never went on Vampire, there might not even be a channel at all for you guys to watch. So yeah, Vampire is my saviour. Saviour Vampire, always respect Vampire. But yes, we're here today for a behind the scenes tour on Vampire, and Chessington haven't done something like this for quite a long time, and I don't even think I was born the last time they did one of these, so I'm really excited to get a booked reservation to see Vampire where you wouldn't normally see it. Okay, so we're in the Vampire station now with all the lights on, and yeah, there is also a question that I need to have about Marcel. There's also a question that I need to have about Marcel.
What is it?
For when Vampire used to operate in 1990,
Yes.
Was it like there was no lights because it used to look a lot darker and a lot more like that back in 1990? Is it where they just put some lights in and redid some of the decorations and that was it?
You asking some questions.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
I can't remember myself actually. What was that?
Potentially.
I think saying, was it dark? And when it first opened, was the theming darker?
It was
I think
dark.
you think it was
Yeah,
dark.
it was less
You
lights.
used to work on Vampire, didn't you?
Yes, I used to work when it was two swords of Vampire.
Ah.
So it was darker, so there's less lights in here.
Yeah, it
There
was.
used to be two big chandeliers in the
And
ceiling.
Obviously,
Yeah, they
it
got
was
rid of
quite
the
dark
cobwebs
coming
and
through the queue
chandeliers.
line, down in the cave bit.
Yeah.
So they did put more chandeliers in and more lights.
So this is,
I
as
can't
David
read.
was saying, where the attendant will stand. So they have their own button for dispatch. So they both will have to press their button for the train to go. They also have their own restraints unlock. So if the operator, for whatever reason, didn't manage to catch the lights being turned on, they will also see their end as well. And as if by magic it come on, because they unlock the restraints. So this is the e-stop as well. If they've seen something again, the operator might not have caught. There's one here as well. So they are instructed to stand within this yellow box, so they cannot accidentally fall or trip on the e-stop at any time. Any questions? No? We're going to head through the track now, the exciting part. So,
Yay.
to the left. And there is a few little steps. So just
Yeah, just
This side.
guys, it's for wheel holders. Wheel holders, up close for the wheel holders. Most satisfying bit of Vampire.
This is also our trim brake section. Who knows what trim brakes are?
Slows the train now as it comes into the station.
There you go. Anything you'd like to add about trim brakes?
Trim brakes are normally brakes for are normally in the ride area, either in a block brake or during the layout to slow a train down, depending on wind speeds.
Excellent, well done. So we'll take a little stroll outside. This is great photo opportunity. Also, another interesting fact about the Vampire, the original aerodynamics coaster, it had 15,907 parts in total, which included all nuts, bolts, screws. Every small little piece has 15,907.
Now we are going to go to lift hill number 2. I also love my high-vis jacket and also my gold key for the lock, so Vampire didn't just unsuspectedly go round.
Anyone know what was here before the Vampire Burger Kitchen?
A McDonald's
It was a
restaurant.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Everyone loves McDonald's, but now they take it to that. Still similar to McDonald's, but okay. Like, comment yes if you like McDonald's, comment no if you don't like McDonald's. I never knew they actually had a path here. But also another exclusive view of lift hill number 2. This is a very cool event, and I'm happy that they've done this. Now we are going to see Lift Hill number 2. Watch out for sports. So we are in the ride area right now as well. So you would, in a normal daily basis, you wouldn't be able to be down here, but since the ride is not running and it's after park close, we can see everything really nice.
So yeah, this is a real sight for especially people who like Vampire. This is Lift Hill 2. We are first going to point out that there is a big yellow contraption with rope in it. So the main reason we have this is when our engineers do tests during the evening and in the morning. Obviously we don't do it with any passengers, so sometimes the train can be a little bit too light. So as it comes swinging around the corner, it doesn't quite make the lift and the chain. So our engineers have to get the rope, attach it to the train and bring it all the way up to the lift. Now in the evenings it's not so bad because it's been running and it's been warm. So actually if the train doesn't make it, the engineers can give it with a big push. But when the track is cold and the trains are cold and the wheels are cold, they have to use the winch.
When you get to top of Lift Hill 2, you can actually see Canary Wolf, you can see the Mars at Crystal Palace, you can see the Shard as well.
You can see the shark.
Yeah. On Lift Hill 1, the chain that pulls you up is 80 metres long, and this chain up here is 114 metres long. The entire track itself is 2,200 feet long. It is 70 feet tall, which is actually taller than the Jaguar Shrine at Mandrill. The Jaguar Shrine is 66 feet tall, but we have a green belt wall here at Chessington where we have to build underground in order to build up, so we can't be seen above the tree line. Alton Towers is also part of that. Thought is not though, you can see Hyperia, Stealth, everything from the M25. So Vampire is actually taller, 4 feet taller than the Jaguar Shrine at Mandrill.
David might know this. Do you know what an anti-rollback is?
Yes, an anti-rollback is where sometimes, well, every time you're on a lift hill in a ride, when you're going up, you always hear a clunk sound every time, about every second you're going up the lift hill, and that's because the wheels is slowly passing over for anti-rollbacks, which means if it suddenly rolls back, it can't, because behind the wheels and everything, there's something stopping it from going back and maybe going through the layout backwards, which wouldn't be very good.
I think that's
Now,
I also have another question, and it's not really about Vampire, but it's about this.
yeah.
Now, I know that this is a highlight for an old ride or something like that, but
Yeah, so this actually used to feature in Rodeo in Calamity Canyon. We've rethemed it and put it here, but because it's been here now for quite a few years, if you look at the bottom of the legs, you can see some of the black paint that's come away, and the blue jeans from the cowboy has started to come back through. And then
Also, the top speed that Vampire reaches is 45 miles per hour, which is the same as Mandrill, which is surprising because Mandrill is still a lot faster.
but why do you think it feels a lot faster, David?
it's because it's propelled by multiple LSM boosts.
Nope, because on Vampire it feels slower because it swings that counteracts the lateral G-force. So we're actually at the same speed on both rides, but the lateral G-force gets cancelled out because you're swinging.
It also reaches 4.0 Gs as well. We will now take a slow walk into the tunnel.
If you didn't know, 4.0 G is actually more than Nemesis Reborn, which is quite surprising considering Vampire's like a baby of Nemesis Reborn.
Okay, everyone.
Now we have the camera.
We don't have a person just tapping really quickly trying to set a camera off. This camera is set off by a laser. So the laser starts here and ends on that white square over there. And try not look at the big white box just for 1 second, because what we're just going to do is going to set it off. So when a train goes past, it will, the minute the laser is broken, it just does a lot of. See,
We are now in what looks like the Lost Property Collector. And
Normally the school kids are the ones you find lots of hats.
we already have 2 hats down here.
Normally you get all the school kids and they use their hats.
And surprisingly, you swing.
You've got quite a serious pain.
Surprisingly, you swing the most here.
So a little fun fact: when Vekoma redesigned it, and when they left, and then we sent our first train out. This was pre-CCTV, so we actually lost our train on the first time because we didn't know where it had gone, and we phoned Vekoma. And they were like, we need to get you back here because we've lost our train. And Vekoma went, ooh, go down and look in the tunnel. And lo and behold, as they came down here, that's where it was. So for some reason, even though this is the fastest point of the ride, it hadn't made it back up the hill. It might have been a weight thing. So it had rolled down here. And because we couldn't see where it was because of no CCTV, it just sat here for a while.
It just like slowly swung back and forth, and they had to call Vekoma in. Due to no CCTV, it wasn't safe for them to come down and check themselves. So Vekoma come all the way down and found it in here, just swinging.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's the 2 things that you. Go on.
So with normal rollbacks, they normally take the train off, but with Vampire being suspended, how do they get the train off?
I believe it would probably just unhinge, potentially.
How do you mean get off the track?
Yeah.
So we wouldn't get it off the track here, we'd get it all the way back to the trim brakes room and then into the station, and we'd get it on into we'd take it off the track there.
And they do like where the engineers did the other night, where you can switch the
so
tracks.
When it was aerodynamic, the trim room where it was, that track used to like cross over. That got taken away, and right at the end of the station, next time you come you can see it, there should be 2 tracks like this, and it rolls round 180, so we can get it to either go around the bend or go into the engineering room, and that's how they get the train off the track. Yeah, but we wouldn't take it off down.
How do they recover it back though? Do they like?
Yeah.
Oh, from here?
Yeah.
Winch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Similar to like the rope situation.
Right. Okay.
We'd
Yeah.
have to winch it up. Yeah. So yeah, this is our famous wig. Next time you're on, I know you're going quite fast, have a look out for the cheeky wig. We think it was one of those hair extension things, must have flown off. And then
How long has it been there?
Little point here is we have, whenever you come, you get a little visit from Mickey Mouse.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, is it like one of the staff members who put
So
that
we
there?
found it and we put it up there. Now he just watches you come out of the screaming and shouting, coming out of the Disney tunnel.
I mean, seriously, a bit of
Don't tell Walt Disney, yeah?
yeah, a bit of Disney magic to help Vampire. But yes, we are ending our tour of the Vampire VIP experience, and I'll give my thoughts once we've got back to the hotel. And I really enjoyed this. So we have finished our day at Chessington and our Vampire VIP behind the scenes experience. And yes, that was a great VIP experience. Up there, VIP experiences at Chessington. Love to see them. And Vampire is an OG Chessington ride. And yes, it did close down near the 2000s period, near the start of the 2000s. But yes, it did come back. Slightly new changes from Vekoma, but it is still amazing, like it always was. And the experience was great, and you get to see a lot of stuff and ask a lot of questions you wouldn't normally be able to, such as underneath the second lift hill. And also, I never knew this, but there is an anti-rollback. For any of you who don't know, anti-rollbacks are normally placed on a lift hill, where every time you hear a clunk, that means it's kind of going over an anti-rollback, which means it can't roll back if it suddenly just stops and starts to roll back. It means it can't roll down the lift hill, they have to evacuate you, but they actually have that coming out of the little tunnel section, fastest point of the ride, and they actually have 2 anti-rollbacks there, which I never knew. I never knew that they had that, so very interesting stuff. I'll definitely recommend this VIP experience because it's definitely worth the money, because Vampire, oh my god, it is an amazing ride, and everything they do to get it like that, it's such hard work, but it's all worth it because it's Vampire. And thank you for watching those theme park adventures, and I will see you in the next vlog.